side. Yo, what's going on, NRW world? It is your boy Patrick Michael Stranger, and I am your man Glenn Lawrence, and we're here to talk
from
a little
Level
bit
Up Comedy.
From Level Up Comedy.
Thanks,
Man. Thanks for the plug, bro.
That's the love, man.
All right,
That's how I do.
And the master, the headmaster, the Capitan of New Release Wednesday over here to my side, giving me the shout outs. I love the alley-oop, dude. It was much appreciated, and I think that's because you're my boy.
Yes, sir.
And what we're here to do now is talk about
I like that segue.
The Boys,
Good one.
which is a superhero series presented to you by Amazon Prime, of all places. And it's one of the most gory depictions, I think, of a superhero that we've seen.
Fair assessment. Fair assessment.
It's pretty interesting. So we're going to jump into the review of it
because
we happened to watch the entire series.
It was only 6 episodes.
It was 8 episodes.
8 episodes.
It was 8 episodes.
8 episodes.
Yeah, but it was a whirlwind. There was a lot going on in those 8 episodes.
Good stuff.
The Boys follows the fictional superhero troupe called the Seven and how they interact with the world that knows about superheroes.
But before we go there, I'm going to stop you real quick because I want to show love to the comic book that it was its source.
Okay.
Shout out to the creators of the comic book, Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson. It was a series published by Dynamite Entertainment. So shout out to Dynamite having this adaptation of one of their works. Great book in The Boys from Garth Ennis and Derek Robertson. Now over to you, Glenn Lawrence.
Oh, okay, yeah. I have not read the comic.
Gotta give love.
I have not read the comic,
Source
but
I
was instantly intrigued by the trailer for The Boys, which has superheroes doing kind of like crazy things.
Yeah.
We're actually just seeing like the real life carnage or the real life impact superheroes had on people's lives.
Yeah.
So it starts out and everything is all nice and sweet and puppies and rainbows until a superhero runs through.
Yes, that shit was wild the fuck out.
The first thing we see is our superheroes saving the day. There's a truck coming on. It's
about
to destroy
Homelander and Queen
Mauve.
Yes,
Queen Mauve. They foil like a bank robbery, save 2 kids, and you're like, oh, cool, superheroes! They saved the day. Yeah. And the next thing you see is the superhero A-Train run through someone's.
Well, we get to learn about a guy first. We get in touch with the character that will become a later member of the Boys. Their life.
Yeah,
he's working a rundown job.
We get to see him.
Because we gotta connect with a person in this universe first.
So
then we get our heart ripped from us.
Yeah, and then we see the carnage from the superhero going through the person the impact. So that
would fucks me up.
I don't know. That's a crazy world to be in. That's a crazy what you call it?
Would you flip the fuck out? I don't know if I could have just.
If you're just holding someone's hands, and the next thing you know,
my girl gone,
disappeared. That's wild. I don't know anything about that. But The Boys, it chronicles the Seven and what you would do in a world where you know about superheroes.
Yes.
There's all kind of PR people and HR to bring on new superheroes, and people are trying out for superheroes like it's The Voice or something. Yeah. It's a very interesting concept, and we get really in depth with a personality like Captain America or Superman and see how those people would actually be managed and also how they would interact and how they would live in a world that isn't as black and white as sometimes superhero films make them out to be.
Yeah. If there was a darker side, I would like to think that Clark Kent and certain characters would be a lot different and they would actually be shining heroes like we see them as. But if there was this other side to them, we definitely get it in The Boys.
And it gets dark along the way. Because at first you're thinking like, actually, some of these superheroes aren't as bad as they seem, and they seem to be, upstanding and whatnot.
And they seem somewhat tortured. Like,
by the end,
especially when we watch A-Train's evolution through the series.
Yeah. But by the end of it, you get to see that they're all kind of flawed in some way.
True.
The first thing that we get introduced to is
Starlight. Very cute. Very cute. Perfect casting. She looks great as like this Midwestern girl was in beauty pageants and always tried to be. So she thought, what her mom wanted her to be, and
all she wanted was this one chance to be part of the seven,
and then she meets it, and then meets the Deep, our Aquaman
and then
character.
She meets the Deep, and then he goes deep in her throat, and it's not.
Good one.
It's not nice.
Yo, wow.
It's wild. Yeah, but it's that thing. It's like, oh, you just enter here and he does his full Harvey Weinstein.
But it makes sense. That's ill shit.
I mean, does it though? Like, he just can control.
There's some grimy people
She
in
could have
Hollywood,
electrocuted his ass.
True.
She controls electricity.
But that's what she was fucking fucked up from her mom growing up, and she doesn't find out so much later. Again, we're gonna, you know what? Hashtag spoilers. We're gonna spoil through this whole shit. You should have watched all this, and we're just gonna talk about it. But you find out later that they're not really true superheroes in the classical sense, like the alien come to Earth or mutants that they're born with it. They're all made from humans.
They got
special serum.
Special serum.
It's on like some Hulk type shit, or Cap shit, where we created the superhero.
You got the superheroes, and then they get like different abilities or whatever.
Yeah.
And people don't know that these have been created. These superheroes have been created. But it's cool. It chronicles, and then we meet the actual boys when Huey, I believe is his name, he's visited by...
That's the dude that lost his girl.
Yeah, he's visited by a man named the Butcher, who just wants him to do something
Billy Butcher, a.k.a. Dread, a.k.a. Bones.
Yeah, he wants him to do something
what's his name? I want to give a shout out to him, because he's a great actor. Carl Urban. Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Shout out to Carl Urban. You're a great actor, dude. I'm a fan of his.
He gives him like a very basic thing to do, but it ends up turning into a kidnapping. Yeah. And next thing you know, we're on this wild ride where they have one of the superheroes locked up, and then they end up blowing him up, and it just gets
translucent.
Wild.
That was a wild shit right there. And I like the fact that they, it was like the whole invisible premise. If you were an invisible dude, he did some shit that you thought about as, dude, if I had invisible powers, I'm gonna go creep on chicks.
I mean,
they did some wild shit with that. They really played it like, you could understand you would have done that.
I could understand how one might do that. I don't think that's what I would use my powers.
I like to think I wouldn't, but I can say that I might.
But it was just interesting because he's like naked and he's like wanking off to the girls.
And the fact that he has to be butt ass naked.
Yeah, he has to
do that.
But he's also impenetrable, so they have to figure out a way to kill him, and the way that they do it is.
That's shit.
So that's all wild. Listen, this
we're not gonna. Let's not go through the whole story. Let's just talk about favorite moments.
So that was crazy.
Baby, using the baby to fucking laser motherfuckers.
Yeah, dude.
That's some wild.
That was wild because they find out the baby was injected with the
early set because they're injecting these things.
And then so they use the baby to like basically press them and squirt in people's eye or laser people with the eyes.
That was a great moment.
It's so wild. The other great moment that I liked is when they actually blew up Translucent.
Yeah,
and there was a picture on the wall of like the baby with the spaghetti all over his face, and it says like "Get your hands dirty," and then he's blowing him up, and then his face is all covered with blood, and he looks like the kid from Spaghetti. That was awesome.
Another one for me was the whole kind of talk about religion. I've come from a very religious family here and there, but I'm not the most religious person myself. I loved kind of how they talked about religion because the character Huey and Starlight, who was raised very religious because of her mother, they go to like this religious fair festival thing. But there's this guy who's like the speaker. He's the one that we should all follow. But he has a deep dark secret. He's secretly really gay and goes to clubs and does his thing with 3, 4, 5 different people. Very polyamorous life. Yeah. But it's these people that try to say and do one thing, but live a whole nother life.
But he's also a superhero. And he has the Doslim power, where he just
he's out. Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So I kind of liked that thing. But just to talk on topics that we know in life and we discussed, but how they kind of portrayed that, and just those were classic moments.
Here's a moment for me
to speak on things.
Was when the Deep was also faced with a moment.
The chick.
Much like he's imparted on other people, where he's like forced himself on other people. This chick that he meets in the Midwest when he goes out there, she starts like fisting his gills, and then he's like, "Oh, it's not for her." So she's like, "Shut up, you little bitch!" and just rams in. He's like, "Ah!" It was just a wild thing. Oh, and then another crazy one. I don't know why mine are all centered around sex, but another crazy thing was when Popclaw was getting she was getting her jollies, and just a little bit too forcefully, just smushed the dude's head.
I almost forgot about that one. Yeah,
with her muff,
bruh. That was wild out.
Hey, listen,
would that be a way you'd want to go out?
No, I think that might be a little much. That's a little much. I feel like that's why you can't give them the long tongue. You give them the long. You gotta pull back because she got too far into it and she just popped.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was a kid, I thought about if I want to go out, if I'm a dad, I'd rather be in complete ecstasy and just die in complete ecstasy. But then I think about when they find my body. they're like, what the
fuck? They didn't find that body. That body got disappeared.
Oh, yeah. True. Yeah. But, in real life, no, I'm talking for myself.
I'm thinking about the cleanup, because it was all messy. She popped his head in her stuff. Yeah. Yuck.
Yuck. That's a wild moment. That's another wild moment, man.
The whole series was full of wild
I gotta say, what was wild out, this centers around 60. Man, we're some dirty motherfuckers. We're some freaks, bro. Go check out our Freaks trailer react. Anyway, let's throw that up. Alley-oop, another one. When they were Huey and Starlight were having sex, and she even said it later on, when she reaches orgasm, her eyes light up. I thought that was kind of dope. I like to make a girl, baby. Hey, honey, I'm gonna make your eyes light up too.
It's funny because she can't fake it. You know what I mean? It's like your eyes in, like
you hit the spot if you make her eyes light up.
Like I'm hitting the light. Give me that light. Give me that light. Give me that light. All right, that's really weird. But I don't know. I really like this series. I can't wait to see season 2. I want to do a season 2.
You know what? Again, spoilers. What do you think of that ending?
I thought the ending was wild.
The ending was solid.
Yeah, and it actually.
I don't like that they killed my girl Elizabeth Shue though. But then she had to die though.
She's done. Yeah,
she had to die. But now I needed that foil though to deal with Homelander because she kept Homelander chilling.
Yeah, but now you get to see that it actually brought a little bit of humanity back to him. He's been lied to all his life.
True.
This other guy didn't know that his wife actually didn't die. She just wanted to.
But how would you feel? So how would you feel about Billy's case now? Like, man, your girl. Fuck, dude, you found that out. Yeah. Thought she was dead. No, she's still alive and raising Homelander's dick's son.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. So,
but I thought bitch was gonna dead because that fucking bloody the baby was trying to come out of her. Like, how did you repair that vagina? Whoever was the doctor on that shit, god damn.
He's probably also a superhero. He just probably laid hands on it and healed the vagina.
Yo. Wrecked that shit, and she survived it. And man. Started raising the kid.
But I thought it was very good. I'm very excited for season 2. And to see how Huey, how he transpired. My boy A-Train. I wonder if
Starlight
A-Train is actually dead. Is he? He had a heart attack.
Oh
was trying to save him. Maybe she revived him. Maybe she didn't. Who knows? But I think all of this sets up a very interesting season 2, and I'm very excited to get into that.
I didn't want to feel compassion for A-Train because from the jump off, but then you started to get sensitive to what he was going through. But at the same time, how you still want to stay in the game, you're not. But at the same time, bro, you killed dude's chick and you really don't care.
Man.
It made you play on both of those emotions. So it's a very interesting writing on the A-Train character.
Oh, you know what? Another crazy moment just before we get out of here.
My girl.
The plane when the babies are screaming like help.
Oh yeah, that was good.
And Homelander's like, nah, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Basically they went to save that plane, but he went with the intention of crashing that plane.
Yeah.
There's
some real shit up in there. I want to talk about Frenchie and my Asian girl, man. I actually met her. Kamiko. I actually met her. She actually also played Katana on Suicide Squad, and I met her at the Blurred and Bougie party when I was at San Diego Comic Con.
Oh, nice.
Very cool chick.
Very awesome.
But yeah, she was a great character in that. I liked the relationship with her and Frenchie and how they try to make that connection. Yeah. But I also I loved how wild out she was.
Yeah. And then Black Manta, that was very cool to see him.
Black Manta?
Black Noir. I'm sorry. Black
Noir. They didn't really go into that character too much.
But he was kind of like a badass. All he did was beat people up and play the piano.
That's the one character I want to know more of because we really didn't get too much with his character.
Yeah.
Of the 7, they didn't really give us too much. So I'm hoping in season 2. With that, what do we want to see in season 2? So, I want to know more about Black Noir.
I
want to know the relationship between Huey and Starchild.
I want to see Starlight be able to fight.
Starlight, yes.
The evilness that is within the 7 organization. How does the 7 hold up? Now they're down to 4 because everyone's injured and Starlight's on the other side, right?
Yeah.
So all they have is Mauve, Queen Mauve, Black Noir, Homelander.
How did Mauve's story finish out?
She warned her, go live your dreams.
So she just kind of walked off to the sunset. We didn't
get to see anything.
And Deep was still in the Midwest. And the last thing we saw was that thing with the finger.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to just remember how everything kind of played itself out at the end of the series.
It'll be very interesting.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's our review of The Boys. I loved it. I enjoyed it very much. I think you should go check it out.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Same as you can see, there was a lot of great moments, and that's what I was more so talking about. That just left me with something, and I'm definitely ready for season 2. I want to see season 2, and I want to see how these things play out. And I'll probably give it another run on Amazon Prime and give it another viewing. Because there's some good moments and some wild things that you haven't seen in other superhero stories that we've seen on the screen. So I love that they went there and weren't afraid to go there.
Well, one thing that I didn't like, just before we go, I didn't like that. So the one bad guy also has to be like a superhero that was powered by Homelander.
Oh,
given to like a Middle Eastern character who is now the bad guy, or whatever. And it's like, it's on that trope. But if the boys,
it makes sense that the real villain behind that is
Homelander. But
so
I think because he created that.
Yeah.
But I think if the boys have showed us anything, they can turn what you expect on your head and then see a different angle to what is commonly referred to as the negative stereotype of Middle Eastern culture.
And then what they try to do with Kamiko's character too. They try to create that Kamiko was supposed to be a bad person.
Yeah.
That they were testing on Asian refugees and stuff.
Right.
And they flipped it. And she's not. She's cool.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Good stuff. Amazon Prime, probably their best show, I would say, on the Amazon Prime.
Oh yeah, this could be the game changer.
Far. They've had some other classics, but none that I think has hit. Really, at least with the pop culture audience. What was the first
They had binge thing on Netflix?
They had quite a few. Well, not Netflix, but Amazon Prime.
No, Netflix. Because this could be Amazon Prime's version of House of Cards or
Stranger Things. I think was the biggest thing for Netflix.
Yeah. So this could be their Stranger Things where everyone's like, gotta binge, gotta get my Amazon Prime, gotta watch the show, and then hopefully get other things into it. I know Marvelous Miss Maisel was out there, but I think The Boys is the first nerd culture, we gotta.
It would totally sell me on Amazon Prime, but I think a lot of people get Amazon Prime anyway because we want the deals because we buy a lot of our stuff on Amazon Prime. But good stuff, man. Boys, excellent. I think you already heard. We definitely wanted, so it's definitely thumbs up on the review for that.
Go check it out. It's out on Amazon Prime right now. We're waiting for that announcement on season 2.
Yes,
but
give it to us.
I'm going to be out of here with my boy, Patrick Michael Strange.
What's that?
We're about to go get some wings.
Oh, yeah. We got to eat, man.
We got to eat, yo.
Check out the channel. Strong. We got a lot of stuff coming up.
Let's get these wings, bro.
We got it.
No, we can't.